That's the way it is at half-time. Bradford 6, Leeds Rhinos 6. Well, there's no Deacon, Morrison, Solomona, and this week Tami Tupu's deal was cancelled by the Bradford Bulls this week, so there is some cash in there to recruit, and they're just having a look around, I'm told, Bradford, to see what is available. But just one win in their first 7 league and cup fixtures of 2009 is a chilling statistic for a club that has been brought up on success in Super League. But if they play like they played in the first half here, that record will soon improve.
You also missed off the name of Wayne Godwin, an important contributor to Bradford this season and last. And I think the impact it's going to have is that Terry Newton, the man with his hands on the ball right now, will possibly play the full game. A rarity for Newton in the last few years.
Yes, his stamina will be tested to the limit tonight, you feel. There he is at dummy half. Gives the ball to Semi Tajilala, the Fijian international. Once again, Newton from dummy half. Goes Brown, Badiris. Gets the ball inside. And Burgess picks himself up. Newton sets them going again with the pass to Ben Jeffries. And that's well watched and well picked up by Brent Webb. Let's get news from Rod Studd on what was said in those dressing rooms half-time. Rod?
Well, Eddie, you were mentioning Bradford's lengthy injury list, and Chris Nero and Andy Lynch, we saw them both injured towards the end of that first half. Bradford are hopeful that both of them will get back on. Lynch got a knee in the thigh, which is pretty sore at the moment, and Nero's hurt his shoulder. Looking at the pair of them, you'd have to say Nero had a better chance of coming back into the fray, but Bradford are monitoring both of them. You see Andy Lynch with the strapping there.
Yes, it doesn't get any easier, does it? And of course, all the teams have to back up on Monday. Wigan with the longest journey, but still a lot of challenges ahead for the other teams. And it's a knock-on here by Ryan Bailey.
Can't believe it, Bailey, but he had no control of that. That was good work by the Bradford defence.
Bradford defence has been outstanding tonight.
In the first 2 games at home this season, Bradford were the better side and yet won neither of those matches. Sometimes you have to be able to win when your opponents even play better than you. Leeds may have more chances to score, more opportunities, but there does seem a steely determination about the Bulls tonight. We saw Steve McNamara reinforcing the importance and the significance and concentration necessary to beat Leeds here.
The 2005 Grand Final between these two that I mentioned. As a penalty goes against Leeds again for offside. Bradford Bulls won that night, but only Jamie Langley is out there on the pitch who was playing that night. Paul Deacon also, of course, but he's out injured. 7 of the Leeds side remain. There's been a huge turnover in personnel at Bradford over the past 4 years. Both playing and coaching.
Well, surprisingly, it looks as though they're going to go for the 2 points on offer.
Well, why wouldn't you in a match that's as tight as this? 32 metres out, as you can see. And that's the target angle that we give you each time the kicker takes a shot at goal. 9 degrees for this. That's why Paul Sykes is placing the ball gingerly and carefully on that kicking tee. Terence Sinfield, as Phil said, picks out a face in the crowd. I wonder who Paul Sykes is picking out. Maybe himself. Maybe that face.
Yeah, he won't worry whether he gets it right into the mush, will he?
He's missed it, though. He's got it dead, obviously, and Bradford will get the ball back. But that was a chance for an early score for the Bulls.
Yeah, but they'll get the ball back about 30-40 metres downfield, where they could have had a very good attacking ploy, very close to the Leeds line.
Might come down to kicking at the end of the day, mightn't it? Here comes Nick Scruton. This time last year he was a Leeds Rhino. Now he's a Bradford Bull.
I mentioned at half-time, Eddie, that you know what's going to be left in the tank in the final quarter. Fitness levels, they look very tired when they traipsed off at half-time. It's been a rugged battle, that's for sure. Typical derby. Trying to offload, I don't know why.
Crowd asking for a penalty, not forthcoming. Here is Langley, the survivor of the 2005 Grand Final at Old Trafford for the Bulls. Newton waits. This is Jeffries, now Sykes. Ball back on the inside. Burgess was feeding. Last one here for Bradford. Will they hoist a high kick? Has stopped raining. It's still pretty greasy.
It's far too strong.
Too deep, that. And Callum Watkins, that was the easiest take he'll have all year. Here goes Bailey again.
Well, they got the ball to the 20-metre line pretty quickly, but there's no Leeds player up there wanting to take it.
Ali Lautiti. Almost away, but Scruton saw to it that he was going no further than 5 metres. Here is Burrow.
Depends which side is prepared to be a little bit outrageous with their play. Something a little bit different. Not the conditions, of course, for the likes of Danny Maguire, Rob Burrow.
Webb and Burrow. And Senior.
He's having a shocker.
Not his best. So here's Ricky Sherif for Bradford.
He's not at the races, I'm afraid. Keith Senior tonight.
He's 10 short of 500 games in rugby league, is Keith Senior. Neat work from Jason Crooks. He's a former England Academy international, Jason Crooks. Terry Newton scheming at dummy half, but still well over 30 metres away from the Leeds line. Jeffries. That's Dave Halley, tackled by Kirk. Plays it there to Newton. Newton back to Jeffries. Here is Sykes. And Sykes loses it now.
Well, I'm not so sure. I think Lautiti might have just dragged that backwards. Either way, it's getting a little bit sloppy at the moment.
Well, on Monday we are off to France, of course, to see Catalan Dragons and the Wigan Warriors, but next month we're all heading north of the border to Bonnie, Scotland, and it's Murrayfield Magic, the Magic Weekend. And there is the telephone number if you need any details about the Magic Weekend, 08444 777 113, or the website, the rfl.co.uk.
Good kick. What's the chase like? Not bad at all.
We'll have every match, by the way, of the Magic Weekend live for you on Sky Sports, every single one of them. Hull versus Castleford will be available in the afternoon via the red button on your handsets. So it's a great treat of rugby league for you. 7 matches from the Engage Super League over that weekend. Magic weekend, and it will be a magical weekend.
Yeah, can't wait. Looking forward to it.
You're not getting your kilt on, are you? Again? Like
Why not?
A year or two ago?
Why
when we
not?
went up there, you are?
I'm hoping the weather's good.
I hope there's not a strong wind blowing. This is Jeffries. Now it's Brent Webb.
As you know, it usually is. They put him under a lot of pressure, Webb, and he's handled it pretty well.
It's Bradford now, of course, offside. Frustration from Terry Newton.
Brian, I just get the impression that both these sides are just a bit wary of each other and maybe thinking about what's coming up next Monday.
Maybe not next Monday, but maybe the next play. I don't want to be the bloke that maybe knocks on near my own end and causes a problem on defence. So the braver team will probably come away with the spoils, the ones that prefer to push the ball a little bit more in tight situations.
Here is Bailey, and he got the forearm then into the throat of Burgess. Now it's with Burrow and Webb. He gets away from one, but Crooks and Langley and Warrency are there to bring him down on tackle number 3, 10 metres away from the Bulls line. And here's Maguire, he feeds it wide to Ablett. That's a great tackle by Semi Tajulala. Badiris and Sinfield tries to skip away from Scruton. Ball eventually gets to Burrow, and Burrow, that's a charge down by Menzies, but well picked up by Ricky Sharif. You know, in the first 3 games, Bradford managed just 5 tries. They've scored 17 in the last 3, but they've shipped 17 in at the other end as well. Boy, have they made some strides defensively in training this week. Because they're very solid at the back at the moment, the Bradford Bulls. Langley for Bradford.
Quick play the ball as well, that's what's needed. Man that's just about to distribute. Terry Newton, he'll be a key factor late in this game.
Jeffrey's kick straight down the middle and straight into the arms of Brent Webb. Here comes Ryan Hall.
The last couple of sets, Leeds have started a little bit further up the field, and now they've got a penalty, have they?
Yes, they have. A little push on the ground.
They're just winning the arm wrestle, Eddie. You know, they're just creeping up possession-wise and field position-wise.
This is Burrow and Peacock. This is Badiras waiting at dummy half for Leeds. Sinfield and Lauatiti. He goes down on the second tackle. Sinfield waits and finds Maguire, who finds Bailey.
The one thing that's been lacking from Leeds tonight is their second phase. Normally, they have 2-3 men following support with the ball carrier, but it's been missing tonight.
This is Ian Kirk for Leeds. Burrow slides the kick in. That's very well diffused by Terry Newton.
Took it very well, didn't he? Bang, it's mine. Oh, and he's come up with a knock-on. No penalty, interference afterwards.
Oh, it's a ball steal, says referee Ian Smith. Kevin Sinfield believes he's been badly treated there.
Well, when Newton got the ball, was the ball carrying arm on the deck? No.
Well, no, Newton got up, and then what he said is that all Kevin Sinfield had to do was put a hand on him. He didn't have to try and reach the ball away. The penalty was given for a ball steal. This is Burgess, meanwhile, for Bradford. And here is Warrancy. This now Newton. Come down the short side with Jeffries. Sinfield all over the top of Jeffries. Newton. And Sykes pops the ball up here. There's the final score. Huddersfield march on, 30 points to 10. Celtic Crusaders 4 points adrift now at the bottom. Still yet to score their first win. Well claimed by Brent Webb. Good tackle by Paul Sykes.
Fantastic take. And that's the sort of thing that might just lift Leeds and this game, by the way. They are very frightened out there, all the players. This is a real arm wrestle. Oh, that's a penalty.
Knock on.
Well, he could have been penalised for playing the ball forward rather than backwards. And that is the error that we were talking about. The mistake, lack of concentration from the youngster.
I don't think it was a knock-on.
It wasn't. It was, as I say, it should have been a penalty for playing the ball incorrectly. Ian Smith, the officials, got that wrong. Either way, the Bulls have possession.
They have, and deep inside Leeds territory. Here is Dave Halley.
He's been the start on this Bradford outfit tonight, as Dave Halley has worked tirelessly with ball in hand. Hasn't been frightened of coming into the three-quarter line either.
Langley plays the ball to Newton. Comes down the short side briefly, then loops the pass to Dave Halley again. And Halley goes as far as Peacock and no further. Now it's with Sykes. And Jason Crooks taking on Keith Senior and Ryan Hall. Sharif. Here's Matt Cook. Good strong run.
You just feel all the time that it's going to be a kick that's going to break them down.
This is the last one. And there's the kick from Sykes out wide, looking for Semi Tajilala. The ball has come free, and Leeds come in numbers to the rescue. Maguire, I think. And the referee not sure here how to restart the game, so he's asking the video referee Thierry Alibert to make a decision for him.
Well, I think you'll find it'll come off Semi Tajilala, and then is it classified as a knock-on if that is the case?
Well, his hand got to it and it went forward, but
so this should be a tap, shouldn't be, on the 20? Is that classified as a knock-on from Tajilala? I would deem that. Danny Maguire did the right thing. You don't mess around in the in-goal area there. Just get the hand of it. Let's get out of here. I think it should be a tap on the 20.
Hand over, knock on. Hand over.
it's a knock-on, it's a turnover.
Wait! Wait! No, not on it through the play.
And it's a turnover there, as you just heard Ian Smith say on his microphone, that is fully operational now, but it was a knock-on in the field of play. 14-6 at the Jungle now, in Wakefield's favour still. Diskin is the dummy half for Leeds.
Well, I must explain to the viewers, it looks as though it's very, very dry out there, but I can assure you it is difficult conditions. It's heavy on the surface, and it really has taken its toll.
Sinfield goes for a 40-20. Sinfield, oh, the ball just wouldn't bounce for him. Not a bad kick, though. Halley has to run it back.
Eddie, I think whatever happens in the final quarter of this game, the Bulls fans will go home a little happier, knowing that their side this year are real contenders. They may not go on to win this game, and I suspect Leeds' class, maybe just like St Anne's last night, might edge them home in the final quarter. But Bradford have shown tonight, and they did in the first two home games, that they are still a good team, and they will still trouble the best sides when they start to put some consistent form together.
And when they get a few of those injured bodies back on the field as well. Is it my imagination, though, or is there the intensity in this match that we have seen in the match earlier today between Hull and Hull KR, and indeed last night, Wigan Saints?
I'd have to say, Eddie, that it's not as tense.
Intense,
intense, sorry, because it's a little bit... They're very tired out there. Oh, and that's a big error yet again.
Well, that's what you get with youngsters. All the coaches realise that. You have to persevere with them, but...
Not just
that was a steal.
Keith Senior's made two similar mistakes tonight.
Yes.
Everybody makes mistakes.
We do.
Well, that was a steal as far as I'm concerned. He's been badly done to as Watkins. And there gives you some indication of how heavy it is.
One, move, hold, go, one.
Menzies from dummy half.
Two, move, hold,
Halley waits at dummy half as
two,
Menzies gets to his feet. Here is Ricky Sharif.
three,
Well, the game needs a try. Spark it up. Lift the crowd as well. They become pretty silent too.
This is Langley.
four, move.
And I just get the feeling that whoever does score a try will probably post another one very quickly.
Let's tackle.
Uluwai and Peacock doing the tackling there.
Will it be the bomb?
That wasn't played properly by Scruton. Well, it was a kick straight into Ryan Hall's hands. Jeffries did not get to him. They do now.
Again a poor
Cook and Sharif.
Again a poor kick from Bradford.
Now then, Burrow on the charge. He's got support both ways. Brent Webb is there, and Brent Webb gives it back to Burrow, and Burrow will go over in the corner for a try for the Leeds Rhinos.
Oh, that looked touch forward. Well, he can't go for the forward pass.
Thierry, just check if Brent Webb Was ever behind the
He's
play
looking
of the
to,
ball.
well, all he can see, whether there's
Do you
any
understand what I
obstruction
mean?
or I don't know.
He's checking to see whether Brentwebb was behind the play of the ball when it first occurred, in which, if he wasn't, he's in an offside position and can't get involved in this play. No, he's not. You see, he's stood offside. He's actually in amongst the Bradford defenders. That is a brilliant decision and vision. Look, he's actually cheated. He's going to turn there and run. And he's 5 metres at least ahead of where he would have been.
Yeah, but the man with the football puts him onside.
Well, I don't believe that he does. I don't know the rules as well as you, Mike. But
Well,
I think
if he runs in front of it,
no, he's offside. He should be penalised at the play of the ball. He's offside now. The play stops. Penalty to Bradford at that point.
yeah, but he's not involved with the play at all, and he only starts running when Burrows throws the dummy. He's gone in front, so he plays him onside. This has got to be a try.
I disagree. You may be right, and it looks like they're going to award it the way they've gone.
The man with the possession of the football, if you run in front of all your players, you are onside.
Can't be at the play of the ball, Mike. He's offside at the play of the ball, the point of the play of the ball.
Well, let's see what the video referee says. He agrees with you, Phil.
Well, I've always thought that if you go in front of that, I cannot believe that. Neither can Brian McLennan.
And neither can Rob Burrow.
Rob Burrow can't believe it. Webb says, what do you mean?
He was never behind the play of the ball.
He was nowhere near involved with the play.
Never behind the play of the ball.
He can't have been involved, Mike, because he stood in the Bradford defensive line.
Spot, Jerry. Jerry, is this the spot?
Well, that has baffled me. You're spot on, Phil. I've got to give you credit for that. But that is a controversial one as far as I'm concerned.
Well, you know, everybody would do it. Everybody would cheat. You would just go and stand up there and wait and hope one of your teammates made a break.
I found it in the rules of the game. Retire at the play of the ball. It's in section 11. Players of the side in possession, other than the player taking part in the play of the ball and the acting halfback, must retire behind their players involved in the play of the ball or to their own goal line. The referee and touch judge has got it spot on.
Yes. Time's off.
He was explaining it to Kevin Sinfield, Ian Smith, but that's the letter of the law,
It's on the 20.
as in Rugby League Laws of the Game, published 2009.
Well, what about every time there's a long kick downfield, the fullback gets it, the chasers tackle him, and he tackles it, half the team's in front.
This is what the penalty.
That means you can bring it, you can penalise every single time there's a kick and chase. Now, you work that out to me. If they're going to the letter of the law, every time there's a kick and chase, Brian,
Did they have to be making an attempt to get back on side? He was stood in the line, was Webb, I think is what they've picked up on the video referee there. I think they've got to be making an attempt to get back on side if it's from a kick, certainly.
Well, the try for Rob Burrow has been chalked off, and this is a penalty to Bradford at the point of the play the ball, and Paul Sykes here with the opportunity to give Bradford the lead, which he fails to do.
oh, that is pressure, isn't it? Second occasion, he could have put the Bulls in front.
Well, he's missed a couple here in the second half. Look, there is Webb, right? He makes no attempt whatsoever to get behind the play the ball, and then he joins in the attack. I think we have to compliment the touch judge and the referee.
And Mr. Clark.
Well,
It
I
was
didn't
well
see
spotted.
it. I had 2 or 3 chances to see it with the replays we get.
I don't think Bradford were appealing for that either.
They
by the
weren't.
way.
No, none whatsoever.
Well played, Ian Smith and his touch judge. I noticed that the touch judge stayed this side of the post when Burrow went over for the try, so he obviously had a doubt, and he did just say, just check.
I mean, when you saw that second replay, Eddie, if perhaps Brent Webb had started to move back, maybe it could have been given. But
Well, if
the mere
Brent Webb
fact he was
hadn't-
stood there, yeah.
And if Brent Webb hadn't been involved in the movement and hadn't
Yeah.
touched the ball on the way up to the try,
Yeah.
then it probably would have stood.
Go, last.
Well, we haven't come across that many times before, have we?
I don't think I've ever seen it being done.
That's wonderful chase by Menzies. He's lost the ball.
It's a
He
try.
has lost the ball.
But as he defused it,
No, he hasn't. He was in the field of play. Now he's checking for offside again.
Well,
Oh, you mean has Brent Webb touched down in goal?
yeah, if he's got hands to it, and are they onside? There's quite a few in front of the kicker.
It was Menzies who got the touchdown, who got the challenge in on Brent Webb. This game could have turned around here on...
Has he lost it in the field of play, or has he defused it in the in-goal area? I think he may have lost it in the field of play. Is that classified as diffused? Yeah. Upper body. Should. And that'll be grounded.
Well, are you sure? Well, there
Yeah,
it is.
he's got it grounded
there.
again, yeah. So he has done well as Brent Webb. Wonderful work, though, wasn't it, by Steve Menzies? This will be no try.
No try and a goal line dropout.
But great work. High kick. And Menzies powered into him. He's looking a little bit more comfortable now, Steve McNamara. He's every right to. He knows they're on a roll.
And the point he made about the last two defeats, they were 26-0 up against the Catalan Dragons. They must have been doing something right. They were in control of the game against Castleford for long periods. They must have been doing something right. They just need to see the game through to the 80 minutes. And they have worked so hard in training this week, that's obvious.
Well, they're in the final quarter, which, as you mentioned, Eddie, has been a nightmare for them in the past two games.
This is Terry Newton for the Bradford Bulls. That was Sykes, and this is Jeffries. Whoops, what a collision. Warrency tackled his own player almost there, or did Jeffries tackle Warrency? A real mix-up anyway. Here is Langley now.
A little bit too early to be thinking of the 1 point, but you never know. I mentioned earlier the fact that it's going to be the kick that's going to produce a try. That's
a great kick from Sykes. Well claimed this time by Callum Watkins. Very well claimed by the youngster.
It was a great take, mainly due to the fact that he's come up with 2 errors over the past 10 minutes.
Here's Ryan Hall. Good work from Matt Cook. I think Matt Cook was the man who was following the incident up there in the in-goal area, and I think Matt Cook would have claimed the try, actually, had it been given. Peacock will play the ball. Diskin. Maguire. Oh, an important tackle that.
Cook got low.
Cook again. Up it goes this time from Sinfield's boot.
Oh, it's got snow on this.
Oh, Tajilala's dropped it. And he said it went backwards, the referee. Dave Halley will carry it forward.
Oh, there's been some controversial decisions. That looked to knock on to me.
He was facing his own goal line. He gets benefit of the doubt.
Yep.
And in both of these teams have narrowed the pitch. If you look out how compressed Leeds' defence is, it's because they know that Bradford are going to stay in probably about 30 metres around this play-the-ball zone. It's not going to be shift wide. We're not going to see wide, long distribution of passes. And both teams are trying to find that quick play-the-ball and a hole around there.
Well, we've had 24.5 minutes of a pointless second half.
Now Webb is very deep indeed. Will they go for an option or a little chip over? Now he's punched it into the corner. That'll be a beauty.
A great kick from Terry Newton. Webb. And he is tackled by Newton. Newton just turned to look at the referee and clasped his head.
10 metres.
A little bit of a fracas between the two. Got to be careful of Bradford going to the bit of a tension on the head there.
This is Kylie Luluai for Leeds.
It's important now the Bulls just keep them down there. Do not give away a silly penalty. Concentrate.
Burrow. Trying to duck under the challenges. Burgess and Jeffries equal to the task. Last one here. It's with Sinfield.
40.
And here comes Ricky Sherif. Good run from Ricky Sherif. Fantastic run from Ricky Sherif. He's still going. tackle back by Ablett. Look at the ground he's made. And that's a penalty. And he's in the bin, is Ablett. He's in the sin bin. The tackle was completed, and then he rolled Ricky Sharif over the touchline and was looking for the scrum feed.
But the ball carrying arm was late in going down onto the ground, and he was still moving. That's it. He got it right in the end of the official, but you can't really blame Carl Ablett. He realised that the ball carrying arm was up.
Well, the Bulls are asking now, should we kick a goal or do we want to try for a try?
Needless to say, Ricky Sharif has got a touch of cramp after that. What a fantastic run from him.
Unbelievable.
They're going to run it. So it's the 12 men of Leeds defending against the 13 of Bradford. And Newton is the dummy half, and he finds Langley. And that was Scruton, and this is Jeffries, and here now is Halley, and they go wide to Steve Menzies. And Menzies takes on Senior and Burrow, and is put on his back by Senior. 28-6. Wakefield. I don't think Castlewood can come back in that one. This is Langley. Great win for John Keir.
They've got to camp down now with the balls and get this little kick into the in-goal area. Apply the pressure. We know Leeds are pretty good at getting back in numbers.
And here is Jeffries. That was Sykes. Lovely run around, Sykes. Last tackle here for Bradford. The back end of that penalty.
Keep it low. Oh, they've gone high.
They have gone high. Ryan Hall loses it. And this will be a try. This will be a try for Ricky Sharif. He started all of this with the run from deep in his own half.
There's a kick over there, obstruction.
Well, he wants to check, doesn't he?
In the grounding.
Is he onside? I think he is.
Well, there's about 12 things for Thierry Alibert to look at here. He's asked for obstruction first of all, and that's it there.
Yes.
Well, he's certainly
Well, he's been taken out.
taken out, yeah.
But could he have got to Jeffries? I suppose that's academic. It doesn't really matter.
It is. You can't take a man out without the possession of the football. And he's just pushed Jones Buchanan. This will be wiped off. They won't even bother to go any further with this. Oh, they are doing. Well, this surely will be a try. If they're looking at this, see if he's onside. Well, it's hard to see from here, isn't it, whether Menzies is in front. Well, if they look at plonking the ball down, Mr. Sharif will be given the try, I'm sure. Is it Menzies that gets a fingertip to it first? Is it a knock-on? Oh, Thierry Alibert. He'll be looking through the phrase book.
Well, it's a massive decision, this. It really is. It's a massive decision for Bradford Bulls and their season so far.
Which button would you press, Mike?
Start
Well,
their year.
I think that they both hit the ball at the same time.
I'm pressing try. I think that's a try. Where do you sit, Brian?
Try.
You've hit the same button. We've got 2 out of 3. Can we get a unanimous vote here?
I think you're right. You'll get one from me.
It doesn't matter who's hitting the button here, it's who's hitting the button downstairs. And Thierry Alibert is having a long, hard look.
If Menzies is deemed to have touched it first, then it'll be a knock-on. If it's simultaneously, surely it's got to be the benefit of the doubt to the attacking side.
And the ball goes backwards as well. There's a lot of argument to say that Bradford should be awarded a try, and I think that's what he's going to do right now, Eddie.
Well, Ricky Sharif started it all on his own line with a magnificent run. Has he finished it all with an important try? He has!
He fully deserved it as well, because it was his run that got them into that wonderful position to launch that attack. And the Leeds fans are stunned, and so are the Rhinos players. Slowly but surely they fought their way back into it. And this was the build-up to it. They missed him, and they'll miss him again. Good stepping. No one bothered to go for his legs. And when Ablett took him out, it was only then and only just when The ball carrying arm hit the deck. Jeffries puts the kick over into the corner. Menzies applies the pressure, and Sharif says, I will take the try that surely will give the Bulls a dramatic win. Been a controversial evening.
Thierry, can you hear me?
Well, there's a long way to go still. This is a huge kick for Paul Sykes, who hasn't been kicking well so far. And he misses with another. So it's only 4 points, the difference, 10-6. And the time now is important. And Paul Sykes has only kicked 1 from 4. Well, there's still time for Leeds to come back. But Ricky Sharif's try, he deserved the try for the original run.
Unbelievable, wasn't it? Very lacklustre defence from Leeds. He's a big lad, is Sharif, and really you've got to get down to the ankles, stop the legs.
And 10 minutes in the bin for Carl Ablett could be a very expensive 10 minutes.
That's a high one.
And the referee gives the penalty for a high shot by Kylie Luluwai. And he says sorry to Sam Burgess.
Well, they're just losing the plot slightly now, the Rhinos getting a little bit frustrated. There will be no rush over this from the Bulls. Steve McNamara will be getting the message out. Nothing silly, good field position. And the way that Leeds have been coughing up the errors, punch it down into the corner.
At times like this, when you want to get the value for money from your experienced players, can people like Steve Menzies here now say the right thing and lead by example to help his side here now in the next 10 minutes? They must complete, maintain the pace that they've had as well. You can't slow down a gear because you'll find a power surge from the Rhinos which could blow you away.
Into the last 10 minutes, and Bradford with a 4-point advantage. This is Langley.
This is where the kicking game will come into it.
Well, Wakefield are taking the mickey. That's a drop goal for the Wildcats at Castleford.
Just drive it in. Frustrate your opposition even more.
Newton to Jeffries, to Burgess, to Sykes. Over the top to Menzies. Menzies is away from Ryan Hall. Menzies gives it to Cook, and Cook has lost it.
Well, dramatic finish to this game. He's worked hard as Cook. He really has put over time, trying to get the ball out there, but really,
you know, when you think and remember what has happened to Bradford over the past fortnight, this has been a gutsy display, hasn't it?
This has been a fabulous display. All the things we talked about in the conditions that they had to produce, they have. They've taken a champion side all the way and at times looked a better team.
Well, they've certainly looked more adventurous, haven't they, over the last 15 minutes, and that's the reason why I see them holding that 4-point lead. But never say never against this Leeds outfit. They're very similar these days to St. Helens. They know when to strike, but they need something pretty special.
Just into Luluwai. They've been knocked out of their stride, Leeds. Now then, Burrow.
Ooh, was nearly off,
Very
wasn't it?
important tackle that was. It was Nick Scruton. The Wakefield are putting Castleford to the sword as Burrow gets the kick down the line, and there's a chase here. There is a chase here. It just had a nasty bounce. And Ryan Hall had the sniff of the 4 points that would level the game up for a moment.
He had it well covered, didn't he, Sharif? Just got that bounce to the left. He's gone the other way. Could have been a bit of trouble.
Yeah, must have been praying, Ricky Sharif, it would take a left turn, not a right.
Well, he certainly proved to be the match winner, hasn't he, Ricky Sharif? The run and then the try.
Time back on. Out.
They need to shake this ball away if they can.
That's Semi Tadulala, 8 minutes away from a great win for Bradford. A tremendous win for Bradford. The last win against Leeds was at Headingley in 2007. It was Leslie Vinacolo's last appearance in a Bradford jersey. Here we are at Easter 2009, and Bradford are 7.5 minutes away from a valuable 2 points. The first home win of the season, and one that would really give this club a lift.
The kick is important.
And it's from Newton. And it wasn't the best, it was straight to Webb. Controlled it first with the boot, here he comes now, but Bradford are swarming around the ball carrier.
Well, not what the Bulls needed. That wasn't the best, as you say, from Terry Newton. He really should have drilled that right into the corner. Put the scrum down, eat up a few more seconds.
Here's Bailey.
Well, the way the Bulls have defended in this second half, it's got to be a chip over the top, something.
Halley is way back. Burrow finds Senior.
Forward, 10 metres. Go.
Final score from Castleford. Great win for Wakefield. Here is Jamie Jones-Buchanan.
Great cover defence there.
Callum Watkins scampers into dummy half. Maguire, well, I don't know what he quite thought of then. Here comes Halley again. Not tackled. Still not tackled, Dave Halley. Still not tackled, Dave Halley. Yes, he is now.
Should be a penalty. He had a second go at that.
Martin Afai will look back at this round that I suppose you would call the Good Friday round on Sunday night on Sky Sports News 9:30, and he'll probably be looking ahead to the Monday programme as well.
Steve McNamara was screaming, we've got to make sure this kick goes into touch. Even if they opt for just a kick and go over the dead-in goal line, give them time to just mark up the defenders on that 30-metre line.
Sykes and Menzies. Oh, and he's been missed by Senior. He's been missed by another Steve Menzies. Wide it goes. A Sharif had the match in his hands then.
Could not believe it. Oh, dearie me. And Ryan Hall nearly got away from him.
0-0 in 5 minutes. This was the game.
It was all wrapped up.
It was a heavy pass, wasn't it? Left to right pass, dropping down in front of him. It didn't quite have the power in it to make it to him, and now Bradford have an injury. Chip over the top here for Watkins. He's got it.
Callum Watkins gets it on the bounce. Tajulala, the ball pushed inside to Sinfield. Back it comes to Maguire, and Leeds will pinch another try in the corner. And will they pinch a point at least here? Touch judges stood back.
Just check if there's a knock-on there.
He's looking for a knock-on in back play.
But it came from one Leeds player into the hands of another, now unintentionally as well. They have to determine here.
Well, what an amazing finish. Sinfield whips the ball away. He's onside. No doubt about that. So let's go to the next phase. There was a ricochet. Callum Watkins did ever so well. That's okay. And that's okay. That's play on. That's gone backwards. Not that they can go for a forward pass.
I think that goes forwards.
No, that goes backwards. I think you've got the man in front. I think Sinfield was behind Jamie Jones-Buchanan.
There's a great tackle here by Tajulala that forces Watkins to get rid.
But he did well, did the youngster, didn't he? Even though he knew he was going to the ground, he had to make a last-ditch effort. That's fine, as far as I'm concerned.
I think that's a knock-on.
Well, it goes back, Eddie. Well, it's a big decision. It's been a controversial night. Oh, would be in the boots of Thierry Alibert, the French video referee tonight. I think he's behind him.
Well,
look at the ground where he hits that. Now, does he catch it closest to the white line? I think he does. That's my opinion anyway. Yeah. I would disallow that.
Is it a forward pass or a knock-on? Can you adjudicate for a forward pass?
You can't adjudicate for a forward pass.
So it's a knock-on.
Well, yes, but I mean, Jamie Jones-Buchanan was...
The referee clearly asked, can you check for a knock-on?
Yes, he did.
I don't think that's a knock-on. I think that the ball has gone behind him. If your arm's behind your body, well, this is going to be controversial either way. I think it goes backwards because the man runs in front of it.
It's a knock-on.
Boy, Ooh la la!
Well, Thierry Alibert has got Bradford's season maybe in his hands here. Press the button, Mr. Alibert. It's disallowed for the knock-on. The Leeds coaching staff shake their heads in dismay.
But look at the body language here now from Jamie Peacock. This is why he's so well respected. We see another example of it. But Peacock and his teammates now are trying to form a scrum. They know the game's not over, Eddie. There's still over 4 minutes to go here.
Well, there it was. That was deemed to be the knock-on. It certainly seemed to travel forwards off the hand, and if it does, it is a knock-on.
What about the momentum rule as well, Eddie? Doesn't that come into it?
Well, was it a pass? It was a flip of the hand, wasn't it? So it wasn't a pass, really. So you can't say it's a...
Okay.
You can't say it's a momentum pass.
It has had everything controversial all the way through this game. It's been sluggish at times. They're all out on their feet out there.
Steve McNamara's had his heart broken when playing against Leeds in the past, even in the last second, hasn't he?
He has.
He knows.
And he's had his heart broken a bit too often for comfort over the past fortnight.
Well, he deserves a little bit of a touch of luck, doesn't he, when you think about it?
Yes,
but he stayed, he gave them faith. He said, don't worry, we will bounce back.
Look at the chase from Bradford. Just a little fumble from Callum Watkins, and the Bradford chasers were on him.
They've got to be alert, though.
Well, kick from Brent Webb. Oh, here goes Burrow. He hacks it forward. Halley is there, and Halley tidies up, and Halley begins the counter, and Halley is quick.
He's had a great game, this kid. He's toughed it out all the way for the full match, as Dave Halley.
Ablett there is back on the field, out of the sin bin. 13 play 13 for the last couple of minutes. 10-6, Bradford clinging on. It would be cruel if this game was taken away from them now. Langley over the top to Jeffries. Jeffries clattered by Kirk. Menzies attacking down that short side again and just stabs the ball over the line just to eat the clock up.
Well done. There's the experience for you. Oh, it's tension on the Bulls bench. Now then, will this be a kick and chase? It's head and feed for Leeds. Or will they try to take a couple more drives? Bradford were taking an eternity to get their six set up in the pack. Says, come on, we need another one.
Leeds fans needn't worry, the time was off there, so time now goes back on. And it is a kick and chase. It is a kick and chase, and Maguire is after this. Halley has lost it, that's a knock-on.
Well, did he touch it? Was he in an offside position?
Well, it had... Oh!
He's in an offside position. He's picked that one up. Oh, there's a bit of a few words being said to the official Ian Smith.
No, he didn't touch it. Halley did not touch it. And the penalty was given for a flick of the elbow by Jamie Jones Buchanan, I think I saw Mr. Smith indicate. Well, Bradford will just try now and wind the clock down. Spoke to a couple of Bradford fans before the match, and they tipped a win for the Bradford Bulls. I asked them whether it was sentiment or if it was their head ruling their heart. They said, well, probably sentiment. But what a performance from them, Brian.
Absolutely, manful, all the things when you've got a little bit of adversity going around the joint. They've stood up, every one of them, all the 17 players and the coach have done a really, really good job. They've had the bounce of the ball, but so have Leeds. It's been a well-deserved win for Bradford.
Here come the Bradford Bulls in the shape of Warrancy. That's the last tackle. And Jeffries Ooh, that's gone out in the full. That has gone out in the full. It's a turnover. They've got 30 seconds, Leeds, to rescue this. But look where they are. They're miles away from the Bradford line. Peacock. They maybe get 2 more play the balls. That was Lautiti. This is Burrow. Here is Senior. Great. Oh, Senior offloads. I was going to say great defence. Ryan Hall. Brent Webb. Sinfield. Peacock. Ablett. This is the last play. This is going to be the last play now. And they've won it, Bradford. They have won a famous victory. Bradford Bulls win 10-6. Ricky Sherry